upstairs and downstairs the balcony. These oceanside views, the alchemy. Ain't nothing crazy like the city in the summertime. So when it's winter, I still be on my summer grind.
Handle your business. Handle your business.
Loyal and honor, don't break no bro codes. The more red rose, max with the rose gold. Whoever counted me out, they can't count.
Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. They call a podcast Poppy. Kinkos, I see they tryna copy. Diamonds in the chains, bust down wrists. And you ain't never seen no like this. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. What? Tell me something I don't know. Like when it drop whole game in the chokehold. Chillax, chillax, chillax.
A rose and blooms in the desert. It's the coach. This is week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. Coming up, we'll see the debut of the number 10 overall pick in April's draft, Josh Rosen from UCLA, as his Cardinals take on another team with a new quarterback, Alex Smith, and the Washington Redskins. I'll be back for a look around the NFL at halftime. But first, let's get out to the desert. Standing by, another couple of dry fellas. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we're about 15 miles west of downtown Phoenix in Glendale, Arizona. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the Washington Redskins. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you look at this Cardinal team as they get ready here, and I don't think from what we saw down on the field before the game there's any doubt they're ready to roll.
They pass the eye test, don't they? This team looks fired up and ready to play.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Redskins, an early season tilt, and when it's an early season tilt, should be ready to roll.
Well, let's face it, the aches and pains haven't really set in yet, and both teams eyeing a really good start to get things going.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll make it a second down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
On third down, it's Thompson. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Strong start by this defense. Third and short, they go with a run. Stonewall for no gain.
I played for a guy who always talked about setting tones and meeting force with force. That felt like it on that play, didn't it? And they met it in a big way and won. What a great job by the defense.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Here's Austin. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They're brought out by the rookie making his first NFL start. Much anticipated from UCLA. Here's Josh Rosen.
When you think of some of the most successful quarterbacks in Arizona Cardinals history, you think of guys like Carson Palmer, Kurt Warner, Jake Plummer. But none of them began their career with the Cardinals. They would like to have their own homegrown guy. Could Josh Rosen be that guy? They drafted him number 10 in 2018. They're looking forward to watching him develop.
Gun! 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 Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Play action here with Rosen. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete. And it's second down. J.J. Nelson, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. And the hook up here with Jalen Strong complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. As David Johnson works his way back from the wrist injury, what are the hesitations, the cautions for him?
Well, number one, you want to make sure he's got full strength in the wrist because he's going to carry the football an awful lot, so ball security is important. And you definitely want to make sure there's flexibility there because he's been such a great pass catcher in the past. You want to make sure he gets back to being able to do that as well.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Preston Smith able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of a yard. And here the pressure from the outside linebacking spot.
And normally when that happens and they're able to get home, that means other guys on his team helped him out a lot. That they occupied people to allow it to be no less than a one-on-one situation, allows him to get home.
On second down, Johnson. And he is going to lose yardage here. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
So first and second down went in the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. Off the play fake, here's Rosen. He'll buy some time right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan in there to drop him for a loss of 10, and it'll be 4th and long. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. The Redskins making their way out. Last year, a fairly quiet 7-9. Now, the big change, of course, for 2018 here, exit Kirk Cousins. enter Alex Smith at quarterback. What does that change?
The change is that you have a quarterback who takes care of the football in a big way, but still could deliver it downfield. Alex Smith has such a reputation for being careful that it's overblown. He will take the shot downfield. If receivers shake free, get open, he'll deliver it. The other part of that, they get an offensive line. If they can get health there and have consistency up front, that offense can move, and that's what they're going to need to do if they want to compete in the NFC East.
On first down, Smith. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. They'll run with Thompson. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8. And the 11 defensive starters for Arizona.
Spotlight, please, and a little traveling music for Dayon Buchanan, because he came into the league as a safety, a first-round pick of the Arizona Cardinals. Now he might as well just be known as an inside linebacker, even though he's undersized. Has a great ability to slip blockers and make big-time tackles.
He's been a West Coast guy through and through, born in the Bay Area, went to Washington State, now in Arizona. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Richardson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. And they've got it here with a first down. On the ground, it's Thompson. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Encroachment, defense.
So they jumped on the left side of that line.
And you know when you're at the end spot, you are like in the starting blocks, waiting for the pistol to fire and go, and he jumped a little bit too early.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Again, a run with Thompson. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. Smith over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. That's good for a Redskin first down. Richardson on the reception from Smith.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now Thompson. And not much running room. Down to the 32. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
False start, offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Here's Smith now on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on third down. Throwing on third down, Smith. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And this is good. He got just enough to clear the crossbar as he drops it in from long distance. And that will tie us at 3-3. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Well, the Cardinals coming out here, and take a look back, Charles, at 2017. Really, everything started going south, unfortunately, week 1. That's when they lost David Johnson to a wrist injury. From there, they really couldn't turn it around.
And in the offseason, coaching change. Steve Wilks now in charge. Comes with a defensive bent. Remember, he's a defensive coordinator with the Carolina Panthers. And he probably was blitzing from the time he took the job. That's how aggressive he is. On the offensive side of the ball, you know, there's going to be a battle for the quarterback spot. You knew they signed Sam Bradford. Josh Rosen was drafted. But the identity of this team, David Johnson, their running back. Missing him most of last season really changed the whole dynamic of their year.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Rosen off the play action. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch it now, Barney, Barney.
On third down, Rosen. And that's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. And here come the Redskins now. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
And now running right through it. And he's brought down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue. It's a 1st down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
On first down, it's Smith. And his throw here's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to Chris Thompson. And now it's second down. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Back to the air, Smith on second down. Throw left side is complete to Reed. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. More from the desert after this. A reminder coming up at the half, we hook up with a new guy, Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis, and more importantly this year, scores and stats from around the league here in week 1. So do not press that skip button. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call.
Offside, defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
So after the penalty, now they need just a yard on second down. Smith throwing again. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Encroachment, defense.
So a pretty big third down mistake right there.
No doubt about it, and everyone's going to be upset. But they have to get out of this now and go ahead and play. They could have someone come at them in a big way on the next down.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty, first and goal. Again, Smith. It's Alex Smith's first touchdown pass as a Washington Redskin, as his guys have now moved out in front.
Well, the lost sleep that the defensive coordinator had all week preparing for this game, a good portion of it was trying to prepare for him because he's absolutely a phenomenal player.
And a lot of times around the goal line, they know it's going to him. It's just so hard to stop.
And that's where it really becomes difficult because you're exactly right. They know it's going to him, yet they still can't stop it. That tells you when you're a dominant player.
Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead is now 10-3. So that drives 7 plays in length, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball, and when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They go play action here on 1st down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Watch him now, Barney.
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. He's going to rifle one deep left. He's got a man complete. And they finally get him down at the other 46. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
Leopard! Watch him now, Barney! Watch him now, Barney!
Throwing now, Rosen on 1st down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st down, it's Rosen. Caught by Nelson left side. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
No, check, Patriot! Over! All right, now, lucky 56!
Now Rosen on 1st down. Josh Rosen put that one in the trophy case, his 1st NFL touchdown pass, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't care how calm, cool, collected you carry yourself. I don't care how contained you are in your emotions. Your 1st touchdown pass in the NFL is awfully special. And Josh Rosen is always going to put out the vibe that, hey, I do this all the time. But inside, he's got to be so excited to have that first taste of success in the league.
Point after, right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now a carry for P-Ryan. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family, it's Jonathan. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This will be taken in at the 1. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. They've got his man complete. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They've got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air. That's how they uncover at the end of a route, by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
Leopard! Watch you now, Barney! Watch you now, Barney!
Rosen on 1st and 10. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Preston Smith in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And the pressure gets to him again. Jonathan Allen in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On play action, Rosen. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. It's caught inside the 25. A huge play there for Arizona. And even 40 yards.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the first down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders around them.
And oh, look at that, a diving catch. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
I know that rookie quarterbacks have to earn veteran receivers' trust. Maybe we saw that on that play with that type of effort, huh?
Yeah, helping out the rook with a heck of a catch. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. David Johnson, a 3-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have broken the tie. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 17-10 score. set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know in the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. They run it here with Thompson. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Smith on first down. And Reed with it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 6 there on first. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And a great move on the play as he takes this one past the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Detroit! Over!
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Caught, right side, Gresham.
Holding, offense.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. The tackle there by Fabian Moreau.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
They go play action. It's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Preston Smith able to disrupt yet another pass play, his third sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's the veteran punter Lee as he sends this one away. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Paul Richardson, his first touchdown in a Washington uniform. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass. And that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. One play, touchdown. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. A lone second remains now in this third quarter.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's Rosen to throw. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Over. Gun.
Out of the gun. Here's Josh Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On second down, Rosen. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Preston Smith. Who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Detroit!
Third and long here for Rosen. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ryan Kerrigan in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. So out now come the Redskins. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
On first down, Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll make it second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On second down, here's Smith. His throw incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. On 3rd down, Smith to the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. A really nice catch, but bottom line, that should have gone for more yardage.
Give him a pass in the flat that allows him to get upfield. There's plenty of distance between him and the defenders. Actually cost himself some yardage there. Yeah, they got the completion, but it could have been so much more.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now Austin. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. Able to power through and able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball. But when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ryan Kerrigan getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Kerrigan, the former Purdue Boilermaker, making some noise there.
And do you realize in the last 5 years that only Chandler Jones of Arizona has more sacks in the NFL than Ryan Kerrigan?
Yeah, you don't think of Kerrigan in that light a lot of times.
No, but you should, because he is tough to block. And not only does he get sacks, he creates a lot of forced fumbles as well.
Throw left side complete. That's Nelson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
Got the completion, but it certainly wasn't on his time frame. Hurried on that play.
Absolutely. The pressure affected him. Unable to get it further downfield. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. And along with the rest of his offense, here comes Jordan Reed now. And the numbers show it. Low involvement early. But since he's been involved, it's been a good thing for this offense.
Indeed it has. And when you're able to finally get him going, get him fully integrated into the offense, things feel a whole lot better for your team. It expands everything that they do trying to move the football.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now Pirine. And not much there as he gets it up to about the 5-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It'll be second down. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. To throw on second down is Smith. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. This is where you learn a lot about rookie quarterbacks. How can they run that 2-minute drill? We're about to find out.
Yeah, and for them, it's not just proving it to guys like you and me watching the game and trying to beat a defense. It's proving it to their teammates that they can have the confidence in them when they line up in these situations.
Jordan Reed has it. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Smith finding his big tight end Reed for a Redskins first. Smith now to throw. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. Now it's Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. Here's Smith. Out to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Richardson. And he's brought down. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Smith will bring his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And a short gain down to about the 33. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Redskins on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. So now it all comes down to Dustin Hopkins. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll be all smiles in Georgetown tonight as the Redskins have won it. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really...
Look at you go. Okay, you got it.